Hey guys! So today I'm going to be reviewing the first season of Vikings. Vikings was the first scripted drama released on the History Channel, and it currently remains the most popular one. Just to warn you guys, this review will have spoilers, so if you don't want the plot to be spoiled for you, feel free to click away. The show is set in the Viking Age, and tells the story of Ragnar Lothbrok, a legendary Viking hero and ruler. The story starts out with him as a simple farmer, and chronicles his adventures and eventual rise to power. One thing I really like about the show Vikings is that it covers a group of people, in this case the Norsemen, who most of the world really doesn't know too much about. One thing I particularly liked about Season 1 is that it touched a lot of areas of Vikings lore and mythology, such as Yggdrasil, the World Tree, and Ragnarok, the End of the World. I felt subsequent seasons didn't really cover these aspects as much in favor of more theatrics and drama. Overall, I thought the plot was easy to follow, and while it was nothing radical, it was well written, well directed, and well acted. Throw in some awesome Vikings lore, and you have a pretty awesome show. The action scenes are surprisingly engaging for a television show like this. You really get a sense of how fierce and brutal the Vikings were, and trust me, they are very brutal. But one of the absolute best things about Vikings is the acting and character development. Specifically, I thought Travis Fimmel did an excellent job portraying Ragnar Lothbrok, and he brought so much intrigue and mystery to the character. In many ways, I feel like Travis Fimmel's performance actually carries the show. I was actually watching the Warcraft movie, which Fimmel also starred in, and many of his Travis Fimmel has these really interesting mannerisms and kind of the way he moves that I think added intrigue to the character of Ragnar. And when I was watching the Warcraft movie, he was starring as Anduin Lothar, the main character in that movie. I noticed many of his mannerisms were kind of the same, and I thought that was really interesting and reminded me of Vikings. I also thought the characters of Lagertha and Athelstan were really well done. Catherine Winnick did an excellent job portraying Lagertha, who's just a really likable, attractive, and strong female character. And I thought Athelstan's character was really well done as well, as he's an innocent bystander being captured by the Vikings, by Ragnar specifically, and he seems like just a nice individual, and you can't help but root for him throughout his journey in the world of the Vikings. The only character who seemed a little out of place to me was the Seer. He's the mysterious figure who can predict the future of many of the Vikings. He seemed a little out of place in that he felt like he belonged more in a fantasy-type world, and I wasn't really sure how he fit into the show from a historical context. So in conclusion, I think Vikings is an excellent show that combines great scriptwriting, acting, and directing. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, I highly recommend you check the show out. My final verdict on Season 1 of Vikings is a 4.5 stars out of 5.